So here we are today. We're working on a 2013 Jeep JK Wrangler, and it's a buddy of mine. And what we're doing is putting some Nemesis inner fender liners in. He's done some work to the Jeep over the years. As you can tell, it's got a rhino lining, if you will. Is that what they call that, Corey? Rhino?
Yeah, it's kind of like a rhino lining. It's a Kevlar coating.
It's a Kevlar coating. So you got this Jeep out of Texas, and it was the name of the place in Texas?
Starwood Motors.
Starwood Motors. So that's where this Jeep came from. Had a lift on it and has done a lot of stuff himself to it. But today we're going to go ahead and put some inner fender liners in this thing to cover up the Falcon shocks that we put on it here last winter, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep, last winter.
So let's get started making it look a little better and some protection inside. Alright, so we need to get in here and take off the top shock mount. Alright, so we got to take off the bottom bolt of the shock as well. It's going to go in here something like this. Alright, so we got to get these two nuts and use the factory studs on here. You need to slide that back a little, Corey. There you go. So we'll get that one up in there and just finger tighten it, and then we'll get the other one in. Right there. Alright, so now we got the nut on the factory stud there, factory bolt, and then the two aftermarkets that go in, or the two that came with the inner fender wells. The factory's up there and the factory up there, and we've got all the clearance we need around the reservoir for the shock. And that was one of the reasons why he got these liners, was because they fit with these Falcon shocks. And again, they're the Nemesis. The Nemesis brand for the JK, and we're gonna go ahead and finish getting these all together. Like I said, everything we put in loosely, get it all fit up there, and now we're just gonna go ahead and tighten everything down. But all in all, not a bad install. We'll go ahead and maybe do fast forward on the other side, on the passenger side. But that's pretty quick install on that. Looks pretty clean, and finishes that off for in the engine compartment. Nice work, Corey.
Thanks, buddy. Glad I could help a little bit.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Your lies, I'll do what I want.
Alright, so we're finished up with the Jeep work today, and I was kind of hoping to get Corey to explain a little bit about what all that he's actually done to this, because it's not your typical rig that you see driving down the road. And maybe you could start off with some of the interior stuff that you've done.
Sure thing, Doug. Here, recently, you guys helped me do a few things on the inside. First of all, we installed this new stereo system with, I think that's about a 10-inch screen. That's from American Soundbar. Bluetooth, everything, backup camera that works. So they helped put that in. And then one of the big options that I love the most that we put in also recently during the winter was the American Soundbar system. Now that completely replaces the JK factory sound system. That's a whole new unit that goes up in there. and it's kind of textured in Line-X like the outside of the Jeep, so it matches well. They light up, do many different things. Pretty loud, sounds really good going down the road, especially with the top off. With larger tires, you need a better system, so yeah, you can actually hear the music. Some other things I did on my own here recently was I took out the entire dash, sent it out to a place in Florida, and they dipped it in carbon fiber. Turned out really nice. This group out in Florida did a great job. And I also installed, I don't know, Doug, if you can see, if you might need to come around, but installed a new digital display that's pretty cool. I think this is by Carbator. Has a lot of different options, but it really updates the interior of the JK. Turned out good. Very nice.
All right, so let's talk about a little bit of the outside stuff. So let's hop out of here and see what you got done. We'll go around the other side a little bit so the sun,
sure thing.
We can have the sun on us here.
So I bought it with the coating, so that's a Kevlar coating. Now this is a 2013 Jeep, has about 48,000 miles, and that stuff looks like it did when I first bought it. Held up really well, so that's a great material to have on your Jeep. You don't got to worry about scratches or anything. Pretty easy to clean.
And again, where did you say that you got this?
The Jeep was bought from Starwood Motors,
yeah,
in Texas. Had it shipped out on a flatbed. It arrived at like 1 in the morning one night on like a Wednesday. Yeah, never was in a Jeep a day in my life until I got this, so I was lucky I liked it, right?
All right, what else you got?
Yeah, so some things you guys helped me with here recently during the winter when we also did the interior was the install of shocks, front and back, new coil springs, new fenders. I'm not sure exactly where those fenders are from or what brand. We'll put those on. Also in the back here, we installed some new tail lights. And then I also just updated things. I painted all the bumpers and fenders and painted the underneath of the frame and some other things to brighten it up, make it look a little better.
Again, and this, I mean, this Jeep is, like you said, it's a 2013, so
right.
It's going on, it's
right.
9 years old.
Correct, and I ran it in the winter for about 3 years, so the frame needed a little work, so I basically doesn't have any rust on it anymore from, you know, taking care of it with painting and just keeping up with it.
Yep, and knowing you're always out here polishing, cleaning, spray painting, touching different things up to make it.
Yeah, I actually put a ceramic coating on this texture, which helped make it a tad bit darker. It's a satin coating, so it made it a little bit darker, and also it actually protects it and beads it like you would with normal paint. It worked pretty well for that.
Yeah. Now I see you've got your driver passenger roof off.
Right.
And you've got your doors on here.
So we got the summertime look going on, right?
And then you normally take your back.
Normally take the whole thing off, but I think in this year I might just leave it like that. I take it to work, and my work doesn't have a paved lot, so helps with a little bit of dust, I guess you could say. But I also, I mean, I like it like that. It's a cool looking look.
And it's quick. If it starts to rain, you can throw your tops back on.
I can throw that back on if I need to, and you know, we got to worry about the sides too much. So yeah.
So I'm going to do a quick walk around just to show you the Jeep itself. You know, aftermarket bumpers, aftermarket headlights. Yeah, I don't think there's anything stock on this thing pretty much, except for winch. And nothing. I know that I think last year I repowder coated all your hood hinges.
You powder coated these, you powder coated that. These are new lights you guys installed as well.
Yeah, so you know, all in all, there's just a bunch of things that we put together on it. And I know Corey usually likes to give me a call and say, hey buddy, can you give me a hand? And we enjoy doing Jeep stuff here. I've got a Jeep, and both my boys have Jeeps, so it just kind of fun to tinker around with that stuff. If it
wasn't for you guys, I'd spend a lot more money because it's expensive. Very expensive to have somebody take this to a shop and have somebody do it.
Yep.
And you guys have the ability and the tools to do it, so it's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for today, and that pretty much is a wrap on all the upgrades on your Jeep for now.
Yeah,
so I
that's
think
it. Save some money.
I think that we've kind of done everything that you've been looking for over the past couple of years.
And then some, yes.
And got a great sounding Jeep. The stereo in it sounds good. Rides down the road nice. I know we did an alignment here with it.
Yeah.
Made sure that was correct when we put the shocks and coil springs on it. So well, I'd like to say
everything turned out great.
Yeah. So thanks for stopping by and checking out the channel. If you would, give me a thumbs up. hit the subscribe and share, and we'll catch you on another one.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Beautiful. Beautiful.